Welcome once again. This is Africa's Talking Podcasts in collaboration with Impact Masters Podcasts, coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like, follow, comment. We love that feedback. I'm your host, Michael Kemadi, or if you want my MK, I'm MK. Yeah, check out africastalking.com. Provide USSD, SMS, mobile data, airtime, APIs. And today our guest, the man himself, the mover in tech, Alfred Ongere. Alfred is a highly skilled product manager with over 7 years of experience in technology, operations, strategy, and program management, specialized in multiple industries, including fintech and telecommunications, among others. He brings a proven track record in product development, team leadership, and stakeholder management. He has experience in agile methodologies and committed to delivering products that are relevant, valuable, beautiful, and simple.
Really interesting, really nurtured that skill of taking care of yourself, managing finances, and just living around other people, especially of different cultures.
So at primary school, you're managing finances?
Yeah, we were given pocket money.
Okay. It was a boarding school.
Yeah, it was a boarding school.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first few months, you max out everything in 1 week.
That is what managing is.
And then with time, you realize you have to space it out. Yeah.
So maybe you eat a toast today, once a week.
Hot mandazis.
Hot mandazis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. How did you perform, or you just eating mandazis?
I was eating mandazis and performing at the same time. Yeah.
We hosted somebody from Western, actually. And, he told me, he used to dip his feet in the cold water to study. He was a bookworm. And actually went to the same high school.
As me, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that also your
No,
study?
so you're not doing that. I was not a bookworm in high school.
Yeah.
In primary I was, but in high school it sort of toned down and relaxed and just went through life.
So for him, actually, it was in primary school.
Primary.
Yeah, that's what he used to. I was so taken aback, man.
Yeah.
But I'm
primary,
not surprised.
It was tough. Yeah. Primary, it was really...
Yeah.
Because this was what was determining where you are going next. So you really had to put in... So for us, just waking up early, reading extra during the weekends and so on.
So what time did you use to wake up?
Around 5:30. 5:36.
Yeah.
Because I think classes were starting at 7:30. So you go and do a bit of reading before the classes start. Or after the classes, especially during the weekends, you set aside some time to just go and do your own reading. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So you really performed well in class 8.
Yes, I got 410.
410,
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah.
Like out of 500.
Out of 500.
Yeah. But any particular experience that you remember from primary school life?
I think it was just that whole boarding experience was very interesting. I think the school had students from all over the country. Guys from Nairobi were being brought there to read.
Okay.
Guys from other provinces were being brought there. So it was this good introduction to socializing with other people from different cultures. Yeah.
And which class did you start boarding?
I started class 4.
Class
so
4.
actually, I repeated class 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you were
you came from another school then?
From another school. And then my parents decided that we need to repeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They felt like these other school you're not doing it justice.
Yeah, I think we were a bit young.
Okay.
And also, I think they wanted us to perform better. And so that by the time you're going to the next level, you're at least somewhere. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Did it impact,
And then it also gave you that good experience of you learn how this school teaches, sort of.
Okay.
That's teaching experience. Okay. And then you continue with it, as opposed to just being dropped and you continue from where you left off.
So you so
the teaching style was a bit different, of course.
So the other school, like, you didn't cover most of the work, or?
Yeah, I mean, we covered, but it was a day school. It was one of those very local, low budget day schools. The other day, I think it was last year, we went with my brother and my mom, and the same pit latrine that we used to wash in the morning is still there. Yeah. There are no new ones. Wow. It's just the same. So
but do you understand now that you're an adult? You see how things run.
Yeah, it's...
From how CDF is utilized to how much parents struggle to pay even that 200 for the security and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite an experience if you think about it.
Yeah.
And in this case, you get your 410 and then you go to which school?
I went to the best school, not only in Western, but
it's a national school, eh?
Nationally, it's a national school. Yeah, French school Kamsinga. Yeah.
So how was
that? Same school as Nanda.
Nanda, yes. There's a guy I was talking about. He's a really smart guy.
Yeah.
Actually, if you've not watched his podcast, he's still here. You can go and listen to his. And we have just started. Even with Alfred, we were just starting. There's so much that we can deep dive into, especially in tech and life experiences. And then most of these guys are still alive, so they're still living. So we'll have time to go through different experiences. And actually, I recorded it last year, I think, time like this. But also, he lost his dad this year. He's all rest in peace. So you go to France Kamsing. How was your first days in France? Like
it was really good because I think getting to a space where the seniors are they're very focused, they're very polished. So you're in the right space. You have something aspirational to look forward to. There's sports, there's academics, there's choir, there's a good library. So there's so much to immerse yourself into. Yeah, so it was really good.
But for you, did you select computer studies
as a subject? No. I did French. I did French and geography and physics as my optional.
So you never did computer?
No, I didn't do computer science or history or history. I think the only subject I decided to proceed with was French, geography and physics. We learned a bit of history, a bit of business studies, but now I think after Form 2, they give people the option to select which subjects they wanted to do in Form 3 and 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for him it was really interesting because for him he made a wrong choice. I think he did music. Then his friends from I think JKUAT and other universities.
Yeah.
He saw what they were doing with with the computers back at home during the long summer holidays.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, I want to be a computer scientist. Anything else is not important.
We even had we had the computer classes. It was one of the subjects. And guys were doing amazing stuff. I think this science fair, it was called what?
The Science Congress.
Science Congress. Yeah, guys were building actual, I think, mini basic or programs at that
using
time.
visual.
Yes. Yeah, and they were competing and they were winning. They were going to nationals. Yeah, so it was really interesting.
Yeah, so for him, we went back there and he was like, hey, man, give me another chance. He was like, it's too late for you. It's too late.
Yeah.
then eventually got that opportunity, and he's the Nanda you know today from that decision.
Well, I used to go and make calls. So you need to find coins, go there, slide them in, then call your parent. You have to go and queue when there's a long queue. So I was like, this is very inefficient. So like if there's an area that allows us to improve this, then if it's telecom, then that was like now the area I wanted to focus on, and it was closely related to electrical engineering. So electrical engineering was like what we were aiming for.
Yeah.
But when we didn't get that, now I decided to do telecom. Yeah.
So eventually you did your form 3, form 4.
Yeah.
And performed really well.
Yeah. You can try and guess what did I get. If I started with for 10, and then the natural selection, What do you think I got?
Man, since you're here, why should I guess? You should tell us.
Okay, I got an A-.
Which is pretty good.
I got an A- of 79 points.
So it means like 1 point something
2 points.
2 points.
I felt bad, man.
Yeah.
I was like, it was just 2 points, and then I get a clean A. And then I get, that time my first selection course was electrical engineering, UON. And then I think my second or third selection was telecommunications engineering at multimedia. Yeah. So I missed, because I got the A-, I missed out the cutoff points.
For UON.
Yeah. So when there were that period of selecting the course, if you want to change, I changed very quickly.
To?
I put telecom as the first choice. I didn't want to. I was hearing these stories of guys you get thrown into a course you didn't select.
Yeah.
Then you are taken to education, something. I didn't want that. So I wanted I wanted a sure bet. That if I take this course, it's the one I wanted. Yeah. So luckily I got it.
Which university?
Multimedia. So I landed at Multimedia University.
Yeah.
That time it was constituent of JQuat.
Yeah.
It had not yet gotten the charter. So we were the last group that our syllabus was the JQuat syllabus. So if you are graduating, I get a JQuat cert. But the coursework, you're doing it in multimedia. So you are the last group. So the groups that came after us, the certificate they get, they were Multimedia University. Yeah.
Interesting. So how is that experience in multimedia? Multimedia is on your way to Rongai, right?
Yes, on your way to Rongai, just before you get to Rongai.
Yeah,
multimedia was very...
The first person actually I've ever had. Second selection was multimedia.
My second selection was because of the course.
Why didn't you choose JQuat or DQuat or
the cutoff? I think it was the cutoff points. So they had slightly lower cutoff points than JQuat. So that's why I chose them.
Do they show it on the selection? Because last time I did my selection, I didn't see that. I was like, when that is and whatnot.
Our time they were showing. So you think there were about 4 subjects you select, say the physics, biology, you use them you calculate and then you get a total. So that total is what forms of it lets you know whether you'll qualify to if you have a chance to join the university you want. So that time, I think multimedia had a slightly lower cutoff point than JQuat. So that's why I chose it. I didn't want to give it a very wide bet and then get thrown in one. Like I just wanted to be very sure.
And you're doing food science.
I do want to do food science or sports or education or no, I didn't want that.
It's quite frustrating. Actually, it's a very big problem because imagine you're doing something you never even imagined to do. Well, you'll do if you don't have any other option, but it's not the best way to look at it. So you go to multimedia. By then they used to have hostels and all that.
It's surprisingly it had some of the best hostels because I think I went to JQuat. I think I went to KU. I had friends in KU, friends in JQuat. So from what you could see, our hostels were really actually very good.
Very good,
the facilities were very good. There's this news feature I saw where it was on NTV.
Okay.
So they were highlighting how multimedia, they had tele-learning, where you're in your room, the lecturer is somewhere else in class. And it's like a Zoom class, sort of, and you're able to learn.
Yeah.
So that really spiked my interest. I was like, what? This is the school I selected. I am headed in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was even before COVID and all that.
Yeah, that was before COVID. Yeah. But I never experienced that when I was there at that time.
Okay.
I think maybe they were implementing it maybe for some other classes.
Okay.
But in engineering classes, you had to go to class. Yeah.
Okay. So you report to multimedia.
Yes.
And you're doing telecommunications. Was it 5 years, 4 years?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
How was that experience arriving in multimedia?
It was interesting. First time in Nairobi. So I always joke it's the rural urban migration you're learning about in GHC. I don't know if you must have done GHC.
Yeah.
See, social studies class. I think that some people here did social studies.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah. So rural urban migration. First time in Nairobi. So it was an eye-opening experience. Being there, interacting with people from different areas, cultures, and all that diversity. It was really interesting. Yeah.
And in this case, you meet new people from all over the country.
Yeah.
And some of them are more maybe smarter.
Yes. Hey.
You thought
natural selection version 3. Yeah. So you meet people who are very sharp.
Yeah.
People who are very focused.
Yeah.
People who are really geeked out. Then you realize, hey, me, I'm not geeked out. Me, I'm just, I'm aspiring. Yeah. So it's, again, you just settle in your bracket of you do what you can. Where curiosity takes you out of class, you explore that. Yeah, and then you just continue with life. Yeah, but I was not one of those geeks in class. Yeah, I was more of trying to explore outside the class. So like looking at what you're learning in class, like if it's material science, statistics, all those things, like how they're being applied out in the real world. Yeah.
So you are more of a community guy from university.
Yes. So how I can answer that, I had some curiosity around web development. There was a computer club in the university, and they were teaching basic HTML. So I decided to go and check that out. That spiked my interest in computer science. And then came across some opportunities, some volunteer opportunities to teach kids how to code.
Yeah.
That program is called Kids Comp Camp. Yeah. But that time, it's still being run by a guy called Caleb Ndaka. There's a very interesting story where I'll mention Caleb later on.
Yes.
Yeah, so Kids Comp Camp it was sort of my first experience dipping into community work. Yeah. So we were going to Kibera to volunteer with our laptops. So we carried our laptops. Yeah. Went to teach kids in Kibera how to use computers. And we were focusing on a gaming language. I don't know if it was called Code or something. I've forgotten the name. But we were basically teaching them how to program using gaming. Okay. Yeah. So that was my first
engagement with the community.
Yes.
And this is in your second year or first year or third year?
This was in my, I think, third year.
Third year.
Yes. Third year, yes.
Interesting. Yes. So by this time you have gauged telecommunication and you see this is what you want to do.
Yes.
The final year.
Yes. By this time I know I want to work at a telecom company. I know I want to do work at Cisco and all that. Like I had a guiding north. I knew what I wanted to do. Yeah. So even by that time in second year, my first internship, I got an internship at Telecom, Telecom Kenya. That time it was called Orange. And it was a very eye-opening experience. So the things I'd learned in class for 2 years, that already gotten me job ready. Okay. Such that I even got an offer to to continue with the job.
Okay.
And I got an internship extension of 1 month, and then I was given an option. Do you want to continue or do you want to go back to school? So I was like, if what I've learned in 2 years can get me to be a telecom engineer, then I want to do the whole bit and see what I'll get at the end. So I decided to go back and continue with it. Yeah.
And what would you attribute to that course that really it's that good by second year, third year you are ready for the market?
I think it's a mix. I can't remember all of them. Don't know, digital electronics, analog electronics.
Was it more practical?
It was, multimedia was practical. I mean, we used to go to the lab. We had a lab where you had this equipment for testing frequency, electricity, and so on. It was actually a very practical course, especially on the hardware side. Because multimedia, it used to be one of the training centers for Telecom, Orange. Yeah, they had a training college for telecommunications. So the equipment they were using to train employees was still there. And that is what we were being exposed to. So it was very, very relevant.
Yeah, and even from the name, actually, now that I think about it, it was established for multimedia.
Yes.
Such as KBC and the rest.
Yeah.
That is media houses.
Yes.
Because also I understand also in the 4th year, I did computer science. So there was a unit, selective unit, like covers 4 units, which is a multimedia. It was called, I think, multimedia something. So it's the science behind multimedia, that is recording the content and then compressing it and storing it as digital. So there's cloud there.
It was really interesting. How radio stations, how radio frequencies work. It's a very relevant course. If you understand, yes, it is telecommunications. You get what is being advertised is what you get. So I'd say it's a highly relevant course.
Sure.
Very, very relevant.
And it's also highly used in military.
Yes.
Would you, in your mind, did you think I should be?
So during the time, guys were looking for internships or places that they're talking about being hired. I think KDF came up, or just the military came up, because they're out in the field and they need to communicate with each other with their walkie-talkies and all that. So it's very relevant.
And in the airports and stuff like that.
Yes.
Aeronautical.
And then there was the SDR, so software-defined radios, or just the software element of radio engineering. So it was very interesting. At that time, we even encountered that in our coursework. So it sort of prepared us for the industry, but of course, starting with the past. You start with the analog, and then you come to the digital.
So you do that alongside the community, and then you choose to go back to school to finish up, right?
Yes.
How was that for you?
It was very insightful. So when I go back to class, at least I knew the things I was now, the things I'd noticed while working. I was coming across them even in the coursework, the 3rd year, 4th year, and 5th year. So
it was more relatable for you,
more
this
relatable,
in the industry,
more practical.
That's interesting. Now, actually, you have another telecommunication engineer in the house, but left one mic. This could be very, very interesting. But of course, maybe there will be another part where we deep dive. Actually, I feel like we should do telecommunication as a topic and talk about these things. There's so many people actually in the community who reach out asking, when they have done their KCSE, someone wants to choose computer science, which university offers the best and stuff. I think that could be a really interesting discussion going forward. So once you do all this, I'm sure, how was personal life? Were you in the peer pressure where you're looking for a girlfriend in multimedia?
No,
or
natural
focus.
Natural selection. Things just happened if they are supposed to happen.
But they didn't happen for you?
Yes, we were first year, second year, we were a group of friends. And maybe one of my friends who were with him in high school. At that time, he was the only one among us who had a laptop. So every time we're done with the class, we used to go to his room to play NFS. We finished all the levels of NFS. Need for Speed.
What? Need for Speed.
Yeah.
That is where the car is.
Yeah,
happens.
the car is racing. Yeah. It was a really
There was no time for
fun time. We were that group of guys who I don't want to say we were not chasing girls at that time, first year, second year. We were just, you just hang out as guys. You meet up, you go to eat. Yeah, if you meet up with other people, you just chat. Like, it was just natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. High school, nothing,
No, high school. No.
Now that you're a guy who was doing extracurricular, I'm assuming some of those things were funkies and whatnot.
I was playing. Interesting enough, I was playing a sport called badminton.
Yes, I know badminton. Yeah.
So I was the team captain for 2 years. Yeah, and I think we go to provincials.
Okay.
Yeah, we were almost getting to nationals, but that guy on the other side was tough. Yeah. So we missed out on that. Yeah. So,
Interesting.
So even in uni, I was still playing badminton.
Yeah, guys, if you're listening to this and you're in university, high school, if you find someone you like, just have a healthy relationship. It will teach you a lot of things.
Yeah.
Rather than coming out here and getting character development.
It's part of the process. You have to get it. The earlier you get it, the better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the experience is very, very important.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who is telling people the truth because I've realized parents are not really doing that job. They tell you, no, focus with school first. Once you finish, you can explore these other things. Well, I'm saying explore them in a healthy manner, which means no one gets, someone might get hurt, but those things change. From that perspective, like frequency is the way you learn. Frequency is 1960 is the same way. But the challenging part that I find with computer science is that you might learn, it's like medicine.
Yeah.
You find that you need to solve real-time problem. And you see even with it, and we'll talk about it because in the AI. Yeah. When we were studying, I don't think AI was one of them. Like, this is it. Of course, people learned it in school.
Yeah.
There was anticipation it's going to grow. You learn a lot of theory. But right now, as you speak, actually someone who is focusing on AI in school right now, it's more practical than ever.